Hello, Jamie Rodgers here from Creative Expressions, and today we're going to bring you another little mini demo showcasing a couple of the dies from my brand new festive collection, as well as a few of the dies I've already released previously. So today really is all about showing you how the poinsettia, which is the rippled poinsettia, in my opinion comes in really good throughout the whole year as just a really lovely pretty flower. And because it's got this debossed detailing on it, I'm sure you've possibly seen the video we've shared already of how you can go in and accentuate them ripples or that texture with different inks and mediums. But what we're going to do is we're going to start off actually by building up our card and bringing that forward. So for the top layer, I've gone ahead and I've done this already. I've actually used my Moroccan lace background die, and this is cutting it without the outside edge attached. So I've actually got the panel. I've then trimmed off down the side on a guillotine, and I've stuck that onto this piece of white card just as an edge. I've then infilled with quite a few pearls or gems, but one of them has escaped. So let's see if we can get that back where it should be. See if we can remove that and replace it. Move that back up here. They do like to try and escape every now and again, don't they? Just to decorate this. Now, if you want to, you can also add a ribbon going down the side, but for this one, I'm not going to, because when I did it on the original, I actually found I've hid most of it underneath the flowers. But if you would like to, you certainly could add on a ribbon to make that join. But to me, it's more about showing you how you could use this just as a pretty edge on the edge of a piece of card. So now we've got that panel ready, let's bring in some pieces to layer up onto our actual card blank, shall we? So we're going to start off with some of our bright gold foundations pearl card. And we're going to place some Cosmic Shimmer dry as clear glue onto this. And we're going to pop that down onto the front of the card. We're then going to complement the colour that we're going to be using throughout most of our decorations, which is this beautiful soft pink. Again, this is one of our foundations cards. And we're going to place that down on the top of the gold. We're then going to go to that panel that we just sort of spoke about with our lovely edge to it and then beautiful gems. We're going to add our glue onto the back of this one and place that down on the top here as well. As I said, very quick, simple card today, nothing too complicated, just a couple of layers and playing around with these really pretty pinks and golds. In the middle, we're going to bring in a couple of my oval dies. Now, these are from my pierced collection release. So you've got one with a pierced edge running around the side of it, which is the first one we're going to place down. And we're going to put that pretty much in the middle of the card is our aim. Then we've got one with a deckled edge as well. And again, I've put some foam tape onto the back of this. And this one's slightly smaller than the one we just added. So we're going to bring that in and we're going to place that down on the top there. We're then going to chat to you about these flowers. So this rippled poinsettia, as I mentioned, as you can see here, possibly just with a one layer even better, you've got this beautiful detailing. And this flower really is one of those that you can shape in so many ways. Whether you wish to round it down, round it up, fold it up in the middle, or fold it down, you can really create some unique looking flowers with it. Another tip I like is to take my tweezers and just crunch across the end of it, just sort of ziggy-zag it back and forth, just to give it a bit of a sort of texture to it. So really play around with this and see how you get on. But once you've got your layers, you can then start bringing them in and offsetting them and building them up. And your flower will look something along these lines. In the middle, I've gone ahead and I've added off one of my little pierced centres. And this actually comes from my Daisy Blossoms set, which again come out with the pierced collection. But I found they went into the middle of the poinsettia really nicely. In with the rippled poinsettia set, you do have like the proper middle to go in with a poinsettia. But as we don't want it to look too much like a poinsettia at this stage, it's quite nice to change out that middle for something else. And I felt the gold really sort of made that shine through. So we're going to bring in our flower and we're going to place that down just on the card here. We're then going to bring in a couple of leaves. Now, I know I'm yo-yoing through all of my different floral sets, but the leaves this time I'm going to use are from my Cherry Blossom die set. And I've gone for these ones because I think they're really pretty and the way they sort of shape out in different directions is something I really liked. So I'm going to just bring in a piece of paper. This is actually the topping off of a self-adhesive sheet. And I'm going to put some glue down onto this so I can dip my leaves into the glue so I can add them under my flower. So I'm just going to give them a bit of a shape with my fingers. And I'm going to go in and pick that glue up, then tuck these just under the edges. And I've added little pearls already onto some of the swirls. I'm going to do exactly the same with this one here. I'm going to pick that one up. I'm going to tuck it just coming out from underneath that one. And then our last sort of frond or piece of foliage, we're going to pick up a bit more glue and we're going to place that one coming out up the side there as well. And again, just by using different foliage, in with a rippled poinsettia, you'll actually receive some holly. And obviously we're trying to avoid that Christmas feel. So much nicer idea is to swap that out for some more general foliage. We're then going to bring in our butterflies and our happy birthday. And I think actually, before I put my butterfly on here, I'm going to worry a little bit more about my wording. So I've gone ahead and I've cut my happy birthday. This is from my sentiment collection and it's in the same gold as the layer that we've used underneath. Now with the sentiments, they do come joined as you see here, but I didn't really want it just in one panel. So I'm just going to cut this off, and this is one of the beautiful things with my sentiment collection. It's very easy to cut them into separate items. You can always go back and just neaten up that end slightly so that it looks like it's two dies originally. I'm going to put some glue out onto my hand. Now, if you are going to use our glue on your skin, just do a little patch test to check that you're not allergic to it in any way, shape or form. Always recommended with any glues when it's coming to skin contact. But I've been doing this for a lot of years and I'm still here, so I think I'm okay to carry on. I'm going to add a bit of glue onto this one as well. And we're going to place the birthday down, if we can keep hold of it in the tweezers. Just underneath the happy. Going across there as well. There we go. And then we can talk about our butterfly. So the butterfly, I've gone ahead and I've cut this from the same pink as well. I've added a little bit of foam tape onto the reverse of this one so that I can get that off and we can give it a bit of a shape and it will have a bit more life and 3D to it. So we're going to bring that in and place the first layer up here. I've already gone ahead and I've cut another one and I've added some little gold gems in the middle of this, and these are going to match in with the gems found in the Moroccan lace down the side here. So I'm going to use some glue. Oh, get rid of that bit of foam tape, trying to stick with me. We're going to add some glue onto the back of the body and we're going to place that one over the top of the original, just to give that butterfly a little bit more dimension. Then down the side here, because this is all about birthdays, I thought it would be nice to add on a little birthday present. So I'm going to use my present die. Now this again come out with my festive collection, and here we have one of the long thin die cuts, but there is also a square one as well that will make your little box as a cube instead if you prefer. So it's down to you which one you use. But with this, all we're going to do is we're going to follow the score lines, which have already been done as it's cut. So it's all going to cut and score for you. We're just going to go across with a bone folder and make sure that them creases are nice and in place, because we want to be able to build this up and make sure that the card wants to go in the direction that we want it to be in. So we're going to fold those ones round as well, just on the little tabs. And we're going to do the same on this side as well. Tucking that last one in there. And then all we would do is add glue onto the tabs, pushing that one in, pushing this side one in, glue that little bit across the bottom. Oh, lift that out of the way just so you can see what I mean. Glue that one in and then place that one down. And hey presto, you will have your little box or present. Now for speed, I've already glued mine and I've gone ahead, talk about cheating, and put my ribbon around it and tied my little bow. Mostly because that takes me about 5 minutes per one and it's nice for you to see it, but without having to watch me struggle. So I've tied that on there. I've just put a little bit of foam tape on the reverse of it, and we're going to just pop that coming down the side here underneath the happy birthday. Now hopefully that's give you a few ideas on how you could A, bring in your presents, and B, bring in your Rippled Poinsettia from the festive collection and use them all throughout the year. Now this is possibly my last video or mini demo with actually this collection. So I just want to recap in case you've missed any. Not only have we done this one, we've also done a video showing you how to make the pop-up card as well, the Christmas pillar pop-up card. We've also done one on the sort of frosty Christmas style, which is this one. There's also this Elegance swirl card video to give you more inspiration. We also did the white work card as well, playing with lots of glitters and sparkles. We've done another one with that poinsettia showing you how you can bring that in with more of my Pierce collection for all year. We also then have the last one, which was the one I demoed on the original video back when we launched the festive collection. So hopefully there's a few bits here that have given you some inspiration. And if you haven't seen all of these videos, do check them out on my YouTube channel, or of course have a little look at my Facebook page as well, and you will find them all on there, which is Jamie Rodgers Crafts. Now, I'll share with you some pictures of all of the dies that I've used to create the card that we've made today, just in case you've got any questions about which ones I was using. But if you have any questions about this card or any of the others, or I can help you in any way with this collection, please don't hesitate to pop your comments or questions in the comments, and I will do my very best to answer them. Thank you very much for watching. I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Bye.